Some of the time, I like visiting other cities, but I generally call Chiang Mai home. Hey, I'm Tony DeMaria. I'm originally born in Australia, a city called Adelaide. I'm from an Italian heritage, so I'm cross-cultural. I'm half Italian, half Australian, so it's been an interesting journey. I've been here 15 years. I set myself up with my, my home. My friends are here, my network is here. It's a simple life and everything is at my fingertips. Cafes, restaurants, eating places, markets, shopping centres, and I don't have to walk far, so I'm really happy with that. I'm pretty lazy. Although I might go visit Bangkok, go visit Rome, go visit other places, this is pretty much my home and I'm very comfortable here. True story, I came here on a family vacation. I left it up to the tour agent. My partner at the time says, where would you want to go, Bali or Thailand? And I went, no, too many drunk Australians in Bali, so we'll just go to Thailand, it's a bit different. So the agent gave us 3 stops. We stopped at Bangkok first, 5 days, which at the time, I didn't handle Bangkok very well. Now I love it, but at the time it was too noisy, too crazy, too busy. Then up to Chiang Mai, only 3 days, and I was struck by Chiang Mai. I was struck by Chiang Mai very much. It was a good pace of life, busy enough, but chilled enough, and I started to hang out a little bit more, especially when I came back. Then I went over to, the next stopover was Ao Nang in Krabi. Went to Ao Nang. Ao Nang is wonderful, lovely seaside, very, very, very relaxing. Now I went back home. And the next year I said, we need to go back to Chiang Mai and I want to do 2 weeks in Chiang Mai. I don't want to go to Bangkok, I don't want to go to the beach, I just want to suck up lifestyle in Chiang Mai. And that's why I kept coming back here on vacation. And eventually I moved here. It was colourful, cheerful, easy to walk around. It was busy and a little bit chaotic, but not crazy. It was just enough of an interest to me to walk around the Muang region and go, this is all new and all interesting to me. This is pretty cool. Lots of colour, lots of vibrancy, lots of culture. People were pretty cool. The food was amazing. And I went, no, I like it. You know, and I can't really put my finger on everything, but it was all a mix. Bangkok, I went, nah, just too mad, too crazy. I get tired. Second choice is probably where I lived for 9 years also, because I lived in Ranong for 9 years. Stay there a month and then I'd come back to see my friends for 1 week and then I would fly back. Ranong is an authentic Thai city, not too big, but not too small. The coffee shops are amazing, the food is amazing, the people are quite sincere, hardworking, a little bit on the serious side, but at least they're not fake, because you get some cities here that are fake. It's also very healthy, like hot springs in walking distance, walking parks everywhere, always green, always lush. It was amazing. Look, my next destination probably would be Phnom Penh in Cambodia, to check it out. Just to check it out, because I hear good stories about Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh, sorry, got to say it right. So Phnom Penh is an emerging economy. It'd be interesting to see where it goes, to be on the ground floor. So Phnom Penh maybe. If not, I would explore Albania, Turkey. It's close to my family in Novara in the north of Italy. So And at the end of the day, I may well go to Novara and stay in Novara if all else doesn't work. I probably won't go back to my home birth city. It's always there for me, but I may not. I retired 15 years ago.
15 years ago. So
There is a preparation phase and there is a forced to do it quickly phase.
okay.
So I was forced to do it quickly because I split up from my then partner, sold my company, and decided there was no point in hanging around Australia. So I decided to come here, and I was actually on my way to go to Rome to stay with my uncle and start to build a life in Rome. But I stopped over here, and I never left. So if you were to prepare, you need to make sure you've got money, you've got some assets that make you money, or you've got a pension, private or government. Now, I don't have a government pension, but I've got a private one. My last job before that was I owned my own college. So it was a private college that trained nurse aides, nurse assistants, and allied healthcare workers. I had that one for about 13 years. So I think overall, I have to say, I trained and got jobs for about 450 people every year. So that's a lot of people that we helped get jobs, helped train and get into a profession. So yeah, that was it. I was first of all the main trainer, and then as we grew, I just stepped back as the principal and designed the curriculum, overall managed the curriculum. After I left high school, I decided to go to university, and I really wasn't very well prepared for university. So I went to university, I studied a Bachelor of Fine Arts with a major in industrial design, which means we can design anything from buildings to packaging. And then being young and not thinking outside the box, I overheard some of the lecturers saying there's no work in Adelaide for graduates. They have to go to New York, to Rome, to Sydney. And at that time, I just didn't see that I could do that. And I had my mum and dad there, and they were getting old, and I felt a duty to take care. So I quit after 2 years, and then I just got random jobs, and then I decided to go into the nursing field. I did my first nursing course, and then I got hungrier to move up, and then I did my second nursing course, which is a 3-year. Then I jumped to another job purely because I was adventurous to just step outside what I did. So to keep the job as a case manager in the government, they said to me, you are only acting case manager. You have to have a university degree in this area to have that. So I had to do a crash course, jump back to university and study my Bachelor of Science, majoring in disability and rehab. So after managing to do that and work, I went back, did my case management, and then I moved on to what they called staff training and staff development. So I spent 6 years in staff development, training again the staff for the system, in the government systems. And then I saw that I think I got a little bit bored and I wanted some more adventure, so I decided to be a freelance trainer. And I got picked up by Flinders University, as it was then. So the university picked me up and they said, you want to do some work for us? So I worked for them for 2 years. I got addicted to teaching. And I thought, this is pretty good. So I decided to go down the pathway of registering with the government, this Certificate 3, Certificate 4 in personal care work, which is the pathway to nursing. So I designed the curriculum, I wrote the books, and et cetera, et cetera. That's how I started my own college. I wrote my own books because it was expensive for the students to go buy textbooks. So I thought, I'm going to try and give them the fastest track to work and the least expensive pathway to work, because let's face it, not everybody wants to go to college. People will go, I'm only here because I want to work, and I know that. People needed to put food on the table, and so I was aware of that. So I did everything possible to write the materials so they were user-friendly for everybody and not written in academic jargon like the universities and the government college. And they were able to pick it up and take the book home and continue to read at home after the lessons. And that was the college. That was an able college. Still going now, 32 years later, I will say, after I sold it.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
The best job advice.
How do you prepare, you know?
I don't think I ever got any vocational counselling or job advice. My mum and dad just said, go to university and be a doctor. Go to university and be a lawyer. And so that was their advice. Be one of those two. Anything else, that's the classic, yeah. That was the classic. And I didn't get into medicine, and I didn't really want law at the time. Look, getting a degree is useful, but if you don't know how to put it into action, it's useless. So you need to know where you're going to go. So for instance, when I went back to university, I already knew the job target that I was after. I wanted to maintain that case management, counsellor, therapist role. And so I went, okay, I need that. So I need to get this qualification. So I managed to choose my degree according to my vocation. So I had to kind of counsel myself. Nowadays, I think at schools, they have vocational guidance counsellors. I would suggest people take advantage of that. And not just look at a uni degree, but it's what I used to say to my students. I had many students coming in bragging, I have a master's degree, I have a bachelor's degree. But why are you at my college? Because I need a job. Okay, so I value your bachelor's degree, I would say, but now we will teach you how to work. We will teach you the skills so you can use your knowledge and take you off.
Right.
No, I think I'm the wrong person to ask that, because I'm an education junkie. I am a workshop junkie. If there's a workshop that I'm interested in, I'll go there. If there's a course I think is interesting, I'll go there. And the other thing is that I was lucky enough to jump a couple of years at university. Mm-hmm. So I skipped 2 years, but it was very hard. I don't suggest people do that. Mm-hmm. So no, I like education. I enjoy it. I personally think, yeah.
Oh, academy doesn't seem working.
Yeah.
So which is a professional, what do you advise to,
a younger person? Depends on the career. Yeah. It depends on the vocational destination, of course. But I think going down the track of having vocational education, which is a mix of learning skills and knowledge together, takes you into a vocational practitioner's job, especially if you know the pathway. So if, for example, and I did a lot of vocational guidance for students coming to my college, I would ask them what they want to do, and they would say, oh, look, I don't know, and I would create some pathways for them. Look, you can do your certificate 3 and 4 with us. This will open a pathway. Your pathway is you can be a clinical nurse and do your 4 years at university. You can move to psychology, you can do physiotherapy, you can do occupational therapy. Hell, you can even wait for your doctor's degree that you might want to do later. So there are multiple pathways from these vocational courses if you allow yourself to learn about it. I think it just depends on the person. If some people will go, no, I just want to do my bachelor's, jump into the job. Some people are not sure. So they're not sure, go vocational, because then you can go to work, or jump to university.
Fair.
You need to save money. you need to trim your budget, work within your budget, and try to save 20% of everything you earn. Put it away and put it in a safe place. Don't go for get rich quick schemes, etc., etc. You can put it into managed funds in the bank as a savings or as an insurance bond and let it accumulate. You've got to prepare yourself that way. At the same time, also think of some business hustles. My business hustle turned out to be a prime college in Adelaide, which is still going 32 years later. My hobby was teaching and freelance teaching, and I turned it into something, I think, above my expectations. The other thing is buy property. Buy property because your home furnishings lose money. Your assets other than property lose money. Your car loses money. So I bought a property in this new country before I bought a car, because I knew the car would decrease but my property would increase. So buying property gives you a foundation.
That make you income.
Gives you an income and you can sell it, or my strategy is never sell, keep buying and get the rent. To multiply money.
Your money.
For me, I started in a humble way, which is just saving money, and I put it in a little bit of an insurance bond, and that accumulated maybe 6%, 7% every year, and I got a lump sum. With that amount of money, I bought my first house. They laughed at me, they didn't accept my offer, but they came back to me and took it later. Well, there's various domains in your life you've got to look at. You've got to look at your financial domain. Are you ready to retire? Are you financially stable enough to retire? So that's your finances. Your health. Are you able to retire with the money you've got in another country, or do you have to stay in your mother country where the government can look after you depending on your country? So that's your health. Your housing. So you've got your finances, your health, your housing. If you move to another country, is it suitable for you? Make sure it's suitable for you. Don't just guess. I was quite lucky. I think I picked the right place. So that's housing. What about your networks? Do you have a good group of networks that you can rely on? Family and friends. Because times can get tough emotionally, and hanging out with the right people just for 8 minutes in an important crisis in your day is very important for your own mental health. So that's kind of like a quick summary of health. Health. Without health, you don't go anywhere. And health is physical and mental. Depends on the time of gold. I like gold. I've not pursued gold, but gold always seems to go up. So having money in the bank, but if you've got money in gold and you put it in your safety box hidden away and you don't tell anyone, that's not a bad idea. Property depends where you buy. You can buy in a place that goes nowhere, or you can buy in a place that will give you good return. A place should be able to give you 100% return every 10 years. Should grow every 10 years 100%. Luckily in my home city, properties double in price every 6 or 7 years, which is positive, and it's negative for the new generation. So it depends on the city. Gold is good, property is good. You need to be also having some cash, liquid cash. You need to have, I suggest 3 months cash ahead of you all the time. Always have 3 months.